Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of The Topic Show. It is January 31st, 2022, and I have some great stories for you. I'm excited to do this show. I'm going to plan to do it every morning, before 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll just be the highlights of the news today. So today in technology, a teenager, 19-year-old Jacob Sweeney, is holding Elon Musk's private jet for ransom for $50,000. In politics, Black women are taking control of the narrative as Biden will elect the first Supreme Court judge who is a black woman. Science, the Mars Curiosity rover detects some carbon in a bed of rocks on Mars. And in finance, Goldman Sachs warns that Bitcoin is becoming increasingly vulnerable to Fed rate hikes as mainstream adoption grows. All right, let's get into this. I'm just going to pull myself down to the bottom right here. And as always, this episode is brought to you by the official Topic app. Please download it for more stories, more podcasts, and you can even post your own at downloadtopicapp.com. Fantastic. All right. Our first story is the Elon Musk private jet. I thought we'd start on a sort of funny note here. So this kid, Jacob Sweeney, or Jack Sweeney, I apologize, is 19 years old, and he taught himself how to program, and he created all these Twitter accounts that track the private jets of celebrities, one of which being Elon Musk, and that has been his most popular one after this protocol, I guess that's a news source online, published about him, wrote a story about him, and it blew up. We can see how many followers he has, about 200,000 followers, and Elon Musk reached out to him to ask him to close it down, offered to give him $5,000, so said it was a privacy risk, and he said, nope, 50 grand it's going to be. Come on, man, you're the richest guy on earth. You can do a little better than 5 grand. So I think it was left at that. The Twitter's still up. Elon commented on it saying that he's going to try to work on the security performance of his jet, but as of now, it looks like he is in Harlingen, Texas. Must be visiting the Tesla headquarters in Austin, perhaps. All right, now let's move on to the Mars Curiosity rover. So I'm sure everybody knows that this rover has been on Mars forever. This is the guy that sings itself happy birthday on the date that it was built. It's got this little onboard laboratory called SAM, the Sample Analysis at Mars, and basically from the gist of what I read this, I'm no scientist, but what I understand is that it'll take some sediment from the ground, some rock, and turn it into methane, and then detect the methane for different types of carbon. Now, the type of carbon that's most conducive for life is C12, and there apparently there's many different kinds of carbon, but C12 is the one that means that there's a good chance that there is life there. That's what life on Earth is based off of, that this article says. And that's pretty interesting. Any sort of history we can learn from Mars means a lot. They go into, if you want to find the story, they go into a lot more scientific details. This is published by scitechdaily.com. There was something interesting that I wanted to find, but that is fine. They had a couple explanations. One was that a molecular cloud passed through our solar system 100 million years ago or something, that could have caused the carbon, and the other hypothesis is ultraviolet light on Mars happened to create the carbon. So those are two explanations that aren't, that means that it could be that there wasn't life on Mars. But if there was, that'd be super interesting. And let's continue. Black women are taking control of the narrative. The road ahead as Biden commits to historic Supreme Court nomination, CNN reports. So Justice Stephen Breyer is stepping down. he is being pressured by everyone pretty much on the Supreme Court to step down, as he's like in his mid-80s. He's been on the Supreme Court for almost 30 years, and he's stepping down. And in South Carolina or in one of these states, Joe Biden had promised to nominate a black woman for the Supreme Court. And yes, in South Carolina, and he is following through with that promise. We have a list of potential nominees. A bunch of black women wrote a letter. I think they're all part of some sort of organization. Sent a letter thanking Biden. Few of the top choices we have are Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson from D.C., Justice Leandra Kruger from California, and Judge J. Michelle Childs from South Carolina. So that is fantastic for black women. Amazing. Love to see it. And then Goldman Sachs warns Bitcoin increasingly vulnerable to Fed rate hikes as mainstream adoption grows. So they're saying that as more and more people use Bitcoin will go hand in hand with some of the macro assets or like fiat currency. They will be more tightly coupled together, the price. They're predicting that it could reach 100,000 and that the metaverse will be an $8 trillion opportunity. The article says that the markets now expect the Fed to hike interest rates 5 times this year. Goldman Sachs believes that the Fed could raise interest rates at every meeting this year. And they say that this could have a effect on Bitcoin. It is already, super volatile, Bitcoin. But if you want to get more information on this is on news.bitcoin.com, talking about Goldman Sachs and the relation of Bitcoin to macro assets and other U.S. economic instruments. So that's what we got today. If you want more stories, please check out the Topic app. It'd be awesome to see you on there. I'm on there. Great. Thank you so much.